listen to themselves on camera or video. I'm like,
okay, here we go.
As Andy fades the music.
As I fade the music, he's going to intro you. Let me get a little, I'll put it on a little bit.
yeah.
I know.
Don't make Terry cry. Cry.
You're making me cry.
Cry, man. What are you doing?
How did you do that to me?
I'm so sorry.
Why?
It's okay.
Why?
It's okay. I'm so sorry. Makeup's
Why?
I apologize. Okay. At least you're being vulnerable on camera.
Oh,
Okay?
man.
Thank you.
She just made me cry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, DJ Andy.
Yes, Andy.
Thank you, DJ Andy. No. Hey guys, welcome to another great episode of Success Beyond Beauty. I'm Terry, your host, founder of Success Beyond Beauty. Look, I'm so excited about today's episode. I have 3 rock stars on the show. You guys know I always try to bring just amazing women doing amazing things to share their story, give you guys some great content, how-to content, some expert content, and today we're gonna have a lot of fun. Today on the show, I have, to start at the end, I have Miss Jacqueline, aka Positive Soul, have Reese on the show, aka Yes Apply, I have my new friend, Kirsten Collins Music.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So today we're going to be talking about manifesting your dreams, your best life, and we know you guys are super experts. You guys have always created your best life, manifesting. So Jacqueline, let's talk a little bit about, first of all, why you are here.
Yes.
Which is really cool. And what do you guys do?
Okay,
go.
so my name is Jacqueline. I'm creator of Positive Soul.
Okay.
And we are here today. Reese and I were actually doing an event.
Yeah.
It's called High Vibe. So it's going to be all about manifesting, creating your best life, and we're going to have amazing guest speakers come on, including yourself.
We'll be there.
So shout out to Terry.
Come out tonight if you don't got your ticket yet.
Exactly. Get your
Come
ticket.
on
Go
out.
to my page or
YesSupply.co/highvibe.
Yes Supply, and yes, you'll get your tickets. But yeah, so we're super excited to be having this amazing event with just amazing like-minded people, and it's going to be so much fun.
Amazing. Reese.
Super exciting. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. I just happened to be in LA. I'm taking more trainings. I actually just got off a training on writing a book, which is
so
really
good.
cool. I've been wanting to write a book since I started my business. So now
Awesome.
we're solidifying it, putting it all together, making everything that seems big and scary really simple, which usually
Awesome.
that's how it is, right? It seems big and scary before you start,
Yeah.
and then you do it and you're like, oh, I always knew
This
I
was
could do that.
good.
I love it.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about that too, like
Yeah.
book writing. That'd be kind of cool to talk about on the
Yeah.
show.
Yes,
And Kirsten.
definitely. Oh my goodness, what am I doing right now?
Tell people who you are.
I'm Kirsten Collins. I am an artist.
Yeah.
I love entertaining. It's in my blood, and
Love it.
I'm learning every day. I love like meeting new people. Today, this was fun. I get to meet new
Awesome.
friends, and got maybe a TV show coming up. I got some new singles coming out.
Let's go.
And I'm learning to play football. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, I'm like a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kidding on that one. Fits.
Awesome. So we're going to be talking about going after your dreams, and of course, you guys talk about manifesting. And what are some of the things that someone can do to begin to manifest their dreams and make their dreams come true? Or what would you guys say?
Yeah, 100%. So what I do is I help women find their passion and purpose and turn it into a freedom-based coaching business or freedom-based service business. And a lot of people, actually was talking to someone last night who was like, I want to become a coach, but I need an audience first, right? And so you can let so many different excuses get in the way, or you can just start. So what worked for me was that I just followed what felt good to me. When I started my blog, it was just a blog. I didn't even know about the coaching industry, anything like this. I just really wanted to inspire people with what I'd gone through in my own life. And through sharing that message, that's how other people were inspired by what I was doing. That helped me kind of snowball into what I was doing today.
Right.
So I think that you can create a lot of excuses about not starting, or you can just follow your bliss, follow what feels good, and that will create something that you're really proud of. That you
Love
get
it.
to
So
do.
when did you start? When did you launch your business?
So I launched my blog late 2015.
I like that.
But
Okay.
you might be surprised, but I'm actually a naturally really shy person and a naturally introvert.
Okay.
And so I started it and I was blogging, but I didn't really tell many people about it. I had a lot of fears that people would think that it was cheesy or weird, or they would look at me and be like, who are you to inspire people? I had a lot of negative doubts that I had to
We
work
all go
through.
through that.
100%.
I still do sometimes.
My head's like, what?
a lot of negative self-talk, especially because growing up, I also grew up in a really abusive household, so there's a lot of negative stuff still ingrained in there. And so what worked for me was just doing what was really scary, you know? I remember being so scared the first time that I told someone about my blog, and one of my friends, and I expected her to like laugh or think it was weird, and she actually supported me. She's like, I love this idea, the world needs this, right? So I was afraid to tell her, then I was afraid to put my blog on my Facebook page for my friends and family to see it, but then it was through doing little things here and there that I was afraid of that actually showed me, oh, I had no reason to be afraid. And so I started to grow the blog, and I had people emailing me saying, your blog is inspiring me, it's changing my life, it's making me start my own blog, it's making me want to start my own business. And I was like, well, if I'm making this much of an impact just after working at my job, imagine how much of an impact I could make if it was my job. So that's when I started to explore and look for different ways to like make money online. Not to make money online, but because if I was going to be able to help and support more people, I also had to be able to support myself.
That's so
right?
good, so good.
Yeah, and so from there it turned into selling social media calendars. That turned into selling my morning rituals as an email subscription, which now transformed into my membership site that helps hundreds of women find their passion and turn it into a business and share their message using social media. And I also do one-on-one coaching, and I'm later this year going to be offering coaching certification. So it's kind of growing. It's growing with me, and that's why you just have to start somewhere. Because I couldn't out the bat just be like, I'm going to offer coaching.
That's so good. Say that again.
Yeah, I don't
just
remember.
Start. You just said, just start somewhere. No, that's so good. That's the most important thing. I'm a big follower of Les Brown, is a speaker.
Yes, he's
and
amazing.
he says sometimes you just have to jump out and grow your wings along the way.
Totally.
And it's so important.
You don't know when you're growing your wings, you don't know if it's going to be a plane or a helicopter or a bird, but as long as you start, at least you're going to be flying.
So
wow,
good.
quotable.
Hashtag Instagram Live. Just start somewhere. Reese, yes, supply. You heard it here first. Kirsten, just talk a little bit about your journey. Like, what brought you here? How long have you been in the business?
Oh man.
What hurdles have you overcame?
I've been singing since I was a little girl, and I actually grew up in a very good home and very supportive family, and we went through a rough time with finances and other things where all of a sudden it was like I had everything and then I had nothing, and I had to realize, you know what, I am more than what I have, and my identity is deeper than my exterior and what I can do and my talents. And it's so often, just like you were saying, it's like we have so many lines of excuses, and I kept going with my why. I was like, I'm going to do this because of this, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be a part of this because of this person needs me. And it's about basing it more than yourself. I think that if you have a dream and you have something you want to do, know who are you going to do that for, why you want them to be a part of it, and what you have to offer them is so important. And be vulnerable. I think that's something I've always had to learn, is like I can fake it a lot, you know, if I want it, and it's what's the point in that, because it doesn't heal, it doesn't help, it doesn't encourage. And so my journey has been consistent on that, and just standing on morals, I think. You know, having grounds that I'm not going to waver, because if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. And that's something I'm really learning.
I love it. How important is family? Because I met your mom. Your mom's here. Shout out to Mom.
Mom's
in the building. How important is family in that journey of, you know, going after your dreams and, you know?
So important. I don't know where I would be without my family. And even just, you know, the fan base that we have built as a family has become our family. And I think that even the people that we meet, like, now you guys are part of the family. It's like, you know, that's your home base, is the people around you. And I love it. Like, I have such amazing parents and siblings.
So we're cousins now?
We're cousins now. Yeah.
Sister,
don't worry about it. Sisters
you're
and
my
brothers.
sister from another mister.
Exactly.
So Jacqueline, let's talk a little bit about your story. I know you've been on the show with Sarah before, so I didn't get a chance to hear all the story.
I know.
But you have a really unique story.
Yeah, you know, actually kind of like what Reese was saying. So when I first started out, it was just an outlet for writing, and no one knew about it. I was actually anonymous up until last August. So I was really shy. I know I don't seem shy. Everyone's like, no, you don't seem shy. But I really was shy, much more introverted. So it was really difficult for me to just come out and be like, oh, this is my blog, because I felt like people were going to judge me, or, you know, the negative self-talk that we deal with daily. So it was just a passion, and I grew my Instagram, literally had like 40 followers, would just post quotes, and then it just grew and grew, and people would write to me like they would write to you and say, wow, like I wish you had a book, or I wish you did a podcast. So slowly I started to add those things into my business, and it was just really therapeutic for me. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be anonymous anymore. I'm just going to come out, and it was really empowering for me. Yeah. So now I'm really about like women's empowerment and confidence, and helping women and men of course too, but just helping everyone feel good in their own skin. So
so good.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Well, let me ask you, one of the things I talk about, you know I'm working on my book. It's called Sexy and She Knows It. 21 attributes to success beyond beauty from a man's perspective. But one of the things I'm talking about in the book is community. One of the things I learned from my wife is how important like women love coming together in community. So how important is community in that journey to like achieving your dreams or just having confidence to a woman? How important is that?
Wow,
and having your own tribe. As you talked a little bit about family.
By the way, I love that. I can't wait to buy the book. The community is so important, I think, with women especially, because we're meant to be together. We're the nurturers most often, so we're meant to be, you know, communicating together. And back in the days, we were all in the tribes together. So I think that's really transferred into now, where, you know, even meeting people like wonderful ladies, like I've met through this journey, is just so amazing to see people, women especially, doing amazing things, and how we're so powerful together. And there's no need for competition. Like we can all make it.
That's so good. Yeah.
So one woman doing well means that you can do well, and there's no need for jealousy or feeling like.
Absolutely.
You know.
I love the hashtag community over competition.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I think growing up, we were all sort of brainwashed to think that as women we have to compete against each other, and that's the only way to survive, just because of the movies that we watch and TV and that sort of thing. But really the thing that's helped me the most is finding new friendships, connecting with people, creating, you know, business besties. Me and one of my other friends had retreats in Bali's and workshop here, and it was called Business Besties, because we both found that from you know, working together and sharing our best tips and focusing on the other person, trying to help the other person the most, that actually helped us both skyrocket even faster. Because you can feel really alone. We've all just shared stories of how we can get in our own head. And sometimes you need someone to just be like, no, like your blog looks great, stop fixing it, right? Like, you're good enough, you're good enough, it's okay. And so I think community is absolutely huge. And also is why I think all of us have communities in our business, because we see the importance.
Okay, I love it. So I'm gonna bring to you, let's talk about overcoming adversity. So another book plug, look, it's another chapter is important. One of the things is she turns her pain into her power. That's one of the chapters. So let's talk about overcoming adversity, and how have you used what you've gone through as your power to like make you stronger?
Well, God says that his strength is in our weakness. And so whatever I'm weak in, your honesty and your vulnerability is where you grow the most. And it's the deepest core of your being. And when you're honest with that and you say, hey, that's me. Wow, I exist right there. It's not about what I put on me. It's not the labels from birth that I've had that, oh, you're beautiful. Even if it is good, you contain labels that exist on you, and you hold that as your identity. But it's so much deeper than that. And I've struggled with being insecure or comparing with other women my whole life, or having really bad relationships with best friends that, you know, took advantage or didn't. I really had to overcome that this past year of like, you know what, I love having women friends, and I love being around people, and I can learn that. And that was such an empowering thing in general, is just like overcoming the jealousy and overcoming the pain of like heartbreak with my friends, and be like, you know what, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it's important to have that. And so, yeah, it's a long, long journey of amazingness. But
love it. What about you, Reese?
I totally agree. I think a lot of us overcome adversity, and a problem that I had is when I had to overcome adversity in my life for a long time, I felt ashamed of it, right? Even though it wasn't necessarily my fault the way that I grew up, I had a lot of guilt and shame that I held on to. And what I realized was that if I didn't do anything with that, then I went through all of that for nothing. So sometimes when we go through something hard, the best thing that we can do is learn from it and then teach other people, so other people can learn from our mistakes, and also see like if they can get through it, I can get through it too. Because so
That's
many
so
people
good.
are suffering on their own, and knowing that someone else has been there, I think can help a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so
They
good.
feel at home.
Exactly, 100%.
It's
What
gonna
about
be
you,
okay.
Jacqueline? On overcoming adversity and
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, for me, it was a big confidence issue growing up, you know, feeling insecure, like you said, just comparing a lot to other people, maybe feeling jealous at times. So it took a really long time to heal internally because I thought that I was doing fine. And that actually translated into bad relationships or bad situations. So I was getting messages from the universe like, I'm going to show you this in the love department. So that ended up happening. And eventually I had that one like epiphany moment where I was like, I'm going to do something different. So I did all the self-healing work. And that really helped me just overcome that confidence issues, and that helps me teach that now to people because I've been there. And I think with a lot of us, we've been there, so we relate and we can help people overcome the adversity.
Yeah, and you have to do the internal learning, because
Yes.
if you don't heal from that first time, you're gonna meet that boyfriend over and
Exactly.
over and over again
Oh,
until you figure it out.
It's familiar.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
yeah,
Love it.
100%. Like
Yeah.
if you work at 5 jobs and
Exactly.
all of your bosses are mean to you, I think it's time to see like maybe you need to learn to stand up for yourself.
Yep.
Maybe you need to
Right.
learn
Exactly.
to not take people's BS, because yes, sometimes people are mean and awful, but also how is your energy attracting that, and what can you learn so that that doesn't happen in the
Exactly.
future?
love it, love it,
Very
love
much
it.
And what lesson is it that you need to learn
Yeah.
from that
Yep.
adversity? I think that's the main message you were
100%,
saying.
yeah.
Because that's going to help you overcome that adversity so it won't stop happening again.
Yeah.
You won't
Yeah.
have those jobs or those
Exactly.
boyfriends.
So it's
100%.
putting the boundary lines. Like a
Exactly.
lot of the time we don't actually understand what boundaries mean. Like we're always like,
so
oh, that's
good.
a bad. We put on a
Exactly.
wall instead of like a little thing that says, oh no, you can't go there. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, and it's just it's such a simple thing, but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And like just learning what those things are, and different people have different boundaries
Yeah.
because it's important to them, and you could be traumatized in one area that you need healing in, and
Yeah.
not everyone should be able to poke in there, you know.
That's so
and
good.
it's
Totally.
just like, hey,
Right.
hey, that's the delicate spot.
I love that. Yeah, yeah.
You can't go there.
Please don't do that.
That's hilarious. I love it.
But yes, so it's very important to
I
understand.
love it. That's so cool. And one last question before we start talking business is I get a chance to do a lot of coaching as well. So that's our whole work is like coaching women and working with women. That's why I love this here.
Yeah, I
You know, because the more I learn, the more I can give. But one of the things I like to talk about too is she knows that her best is good enough.
Exactly.
And I have a lot of female friends, and of course my wife, and I get to learn from so many different women that sometimes they feel like their best isn't good enough, and they're always competing to other people and trying to match themselves with other people, and it's almost like having like a belief of, I'm never good enough, in this relationship, or sometimes when you go through a bad time, say relationship, it's like, man, this guy said, well, I wasn't like this, so now you take that into the next relationship, and this whole thing of like, I'm not good enough, whether it's on a job or business. So let's talk a little bit about that, like self-acceptance and knowing that your best is good enough, no matter what that is, as long as you know you're giving your best. What is you guys' take on that? Would love to know.
I think that we're all born divine and perfect, and even not your best is good enough. You're good enough because you are,
Love
right?
it.
And I
Love
think
it.
whatever energy you're putting out, that's what you'll attract. So if you're in that energy of feeling that you're not good enough, you're going to see more examples of that happen. Just believe that you're good enough.
Yes.
I'm willing to bet that anyone watching this, if you look back, you will overcome a lot in your life, and that is enough. And just that
love
belief is going to change everything.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Can
and
you expound on that? Because that's really good. I wish we had more time. That's
I know.
really good.
We can go on for
Because we're going to be talking about
hours.
that tonight
Yeah.
at the High Vibe
Catch
event.
us tonight, you guys. But yeah, just like what Reese was saying too, I believe that we are all born divine and perfect. And in this moment, we're all imperfectly perfect in the sense that you just being yourself, you are good enough. So it's not so much about trying to be better than everyone else. It's more about being better than who you were yesterday.
Totally,
Yes.
And just you're not in competition with others. You're really just trying to get better with yourself.
Yes.
So the competition is an illusion, and I think once women especially understand that there's no such thing as you being perfect, or these
That's so
ideals
good.
don't exist,
That's right.
that's when they'll start to feel like accepting of themselves and good
it's
with
like
themselves.
Focus on being your best version
Exactly.
of excellence. But there really is no such thing as perfect because that can change as you go.
That's so
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Just being the best version of yourself. Because like in LA, it's like easy. Yeah, like in LA, it's easy to get caught up.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, trying to, you know, have what they have, drive what they drive, look like how they look. You know, just be the best version of yourself. And
even like I'm from Canada, and I just noticed when I was at the gym, the commercials, like the commercials, I feel like they have such a high expectation to have like a perfect
standard.
Yeah, like perfect everything, like perfect house, perfect clothes, perfect this, perfect that. So the media is just like constantly in your head that you need to buy this tube of mascara or get that house or get that puppy or whatever to be good enough.
Yep.
Wow.
And just really quickly too about that too, confidence I think is the most attractive quality in a person. So you can, it doesn't matter what you have, as long as you feel good about yourself, you are going to kill it and rock it.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
also, confidence comes from taking action, right?
Exactly.
So you can read all the books, you can watch all the live streams. You're not going to get confident until you do that thing that's outside of your comfort zone. And when you see that you could always do it, then you have the confidence.
I love that.
Should never be comfortable.
Never be comfortable. I did a post the other day that action beats out ambition.
Yes.
100%.
Definitely.
100,000.
Because you
And
can,
even potential, because you can know everything.
Love
but
it.
if you don't take action on it, then
You're wasting
point.
it.
Exactly.
absolutely. I had a friend of mine, he's like a coach, he's an NBA coach, and we were talking one day, he was talking about discipline. He said, don't match your talent or your gifts with another person's gifts or talent. Match your discipline to their discipline.
Exactly.
That's
Very
great.
cool.
That's amazing. That's in
It's-
your
it's-
book.
Yeah, it is.
put that.
But yeah, seriously, because you can look at somebody and say, oh, I'm just as good as them. You know, I have ideas, you know, whatever. But it's not just, it's not that. It's the discipline.
Yeah.
How disciplined
Or
are
are you
you?
getting up early, first one on the court, like Michael Jordan used to do, right?
Exactly. It's about discipline. So let's talk about business because you guys all have your own businesses.
Yes.
So let's talk about someone who's out there who wants to launch a business, they want to get started. Reese, we heard a little bit about your journey, but let's talk about some nuts and bolts. What does it take to launch a business, grow a business? What does it take to be an artist? And you're kind of like you're doing it yourself. You're grinding, you're doing deals alone, you have mom, but you guys are doing this.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about that, the business side of things.
Yeah.
Well, I think with online business that a lot of us are doing, I know Reese and I think the most important thing is to start. So that's where I see people they're like, no, I don't have enough followers or I don't have the blog up yet. And it's just like, we also did not have that when we started. So you just need to start. I remember I was starting with 20 followers for months. Okay. So I just did it. So that's the first tip I would give to people who want to be entrepreneurs or who are starting out. And just be yourself, you know, really build that connection with the audience because that's what people want. Like you were saying about being vulnerable, you know, just be yourself. And there's so many, I'm sure Reese will get more into this, but there's so many ways to learn also how to monetize that and create a business.
Yeah, 100%. We live in the best time ever because you can take anything and make money from it. Like literally, I heard of this guy who's making $10,000 a month selling potatoes with handwritten notes on them. So if you have a more impactful idea,
get your potatoes.
That, you can go.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's just. I think it's really figuring out. I actually have a workbook on this on my website for free, but. It's figuring out like what are your strengths, what do you like to do, what's the impact that you want to make on the world. And sometimes we get really caught up with the idea of money. You're like, oh my God, I can't make for money, I can't ask for money. Just remember that money is energy. And so if you're giving out your energy in terms of giving value, giving entertainment, giving inspiration, because you can make a lot of money just from entertaining or just from inspiring, right? If you're giving out that energy, you more than deserve to get it back, and you can get that back in the form of money. So don't have any like weird feelings about making money, even if you haven't seen anyone else make money in that way, because we live in the best time in the world to do whatever it is that you want. There's actually a guy in LA who takes people for walks. He's the people walker. And he takes people on like cool hikes, and that's his job. He made his own job. So
Awesome. Is it through like an Airbnb experience, or that's like his own
his
thing?
own thing. And he was actually before Airbnb experiences because I guess there's people out there that want to go for a walk. Their friends are busy, so they're like
that's really cool.
That's so cool. And I love looking up this kind of thing because my job is to help people find like their passion and purpose and see that they can create their life however they want. So I love hearing about all the weird ways that people are making money, because it's like, if they can do it, you can do it too. You just have to start.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And let me ask you guys a question before we go to Kirsten.
Yes.
Tonight at the High Vibe event, is there going to be some live interaction?
Yes.
Yes.
Like that?
100%.
It is.
So
Yeah,
people who don't know can like stand up, and you have like
Exactly.
is it going to be like a collective group thing?
Yeah, I'm kind of against going to events and just watching someone talk and then leave, because the thing that happens is you watch someone talk, you're like, wow, they're amazing. You leave, you're inspired, and you're like, what do I even do? So all my events are super interactive. I did one last month, and we actually had everyone write out their goals, write out their limiting beliefs. We like did energy clearing. They left a different person than when they walked in the room.
I love it.
That's
I
what
think
we aim for.
I think I like what I love about like Yes Supply and what you've done, and kind of what I like to say is like, because there's so many panels here in LA, but people get inspired, but like you said, they leave with nothing.
Yes.
So actually giving people like workable systems and tools,
Yeah.
I think that's the most important. So it's a lot of events happening, but they're like, okay, that was great. Yeah, Instagram, okay. Can I have a system? Can I go to YouTube now?
Yes.
What do I
What
do?
do I do?
Yes,
You know, so to give them
exactly.
something whether for free or to purchase, like to me, that's super, super cool. And they need it. So look, guys, come out tonight. If you're in LA, come to the High Vibe event. So Kirsten, let's talk about your journey in your business. So what are you doing and what are you seeing that's working for you in like building your business in the music industry?
I feel relationships are the biggest thing of any business, especially as an artist in something. Who you know and being like real with them, sharing, collaborating, engaging, learning, and never feeling like you know it all. I think that's the thing. Start, and then be educated, and then start focusing. And if you focus on something, you're gonna get there. You know, then I can only stray this enough. Why do you do it? Because that's so literally carries you. Like if it's just because you want a place to put all your secrets and you want someone to understand you, then do that. Like, you know, or if it's just because you like to dance, then go and make a dance cafe or something. You know, like go. Right. Someone take it. I get 50%.
Love it.
But just be encouraged that there's no bad idea.
That's so good.
You know, like if it is an idea, yes, there can be bad elements of the idea, but that's why you have to think, you know, and don't be scared of other people's ideas, but their ideas doesn't mean that it's bad or not, you know, take of constructive criticism, but also be confident enough to state where the boundary line is as well, the filter.
I love it. I like what you're saying about your why though, because I think when you know your why, it allows you to be more intentional.
Yes, very much
like
so.
you know, being intentional. And what I love about you, like you're very relational.
Thank you.
You can tell, like by your energy, like everybody's here. So like you're saying, it's so like intent, and you're just, you know. And I think that's the thing, that energy, like you guys talk about, like you get back what you put out there,
100%.
and that's so cool. Like if you put out a certain type of vibe, then that's what you get. And I think when I started like allowing myself to be just authentic to who I am, that's when I started getting the best relationships, just putting it out there, and it kind of allows you to size up people who you don't want to do business with too. Like I hate like sometimes
negative energy.
The energy, right? So I was
Have
at
a
this
discernment.
that's what we call it in church. We call it discernment. Discernment. I discern you're not the right one. No, but seriously, I was talking to a guy, you know, last night about that. You know, you ever went to like an event and someone asked you like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, sometimes I have to like fill you out before I tell you. Like, oh, you know, a couple of things. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's like, I don't want to put that energy out if I don't feel that vibe, like it's not going to go anywhere. It's just something about being in tune in yourself where you know, okay, am I going to waste this energy having this conversation? This guy's going to talk for 10, 15 minutes and it's like, womp womp, you know?
And why is that the first question that we ask too? Like when you meet somebody, why is what you do so important? Like, what about who are you? Like,
so good.
Or like,
what do you like to do?
What do you love about yourself? Like random questions that you never think, like what inspires you? Like, you know, these are conversations that you actually get to, like, you think about yourself then. Like, wow, it's interesting. Maybe I should, you know, really
more
focus
deeper
on that.
conversations.
And it allows people to actually have a core relationship. It's not just about let's hang out and let's chill and let's build a business. No, like, how can I like fully engage and bless you in this thing? And it's
so
just
good.
it's so much, that's what I'm really learning, because I mean I go to so many meetings. I don't know if you guys go to so many events and I'd be like, oh hi, I'm Kirsten, I do this, how are you doing, blah blah blah. But if you sat there and be like, hey, like what have you gone through?
You
know,
so good.
like what, like that people are taken off guard and they feel like safe. It's like, wow, that's interesting. I can engage in something deeper than what I'm insecure about.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
good.
Exactly.
So good.
Very crazy.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy when I found the coaching industry, because I've always been that type of person. I could go to a party and there could be 60 people at the party, and I'm sitting with one person on the couch being like, what are your goals in life? Like, have those surface level conversations, like, what show are you watching? Like, I want to know, like, what's actually going to change your life.
Yes.
So
That's the
good.
kind of this is perfect right here.
Yeah, so good.
It's great.
It's like
Let's do this all the time.
amazing to have
Yeah.
this. It's energizing.
Yes,
Like, you know.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Motivational Monday.
Yeah,
Exactly.
literally.
So before we close out, we
Yes.
know we have the High Vibe event tonight. Let's talk a little bit, about that tonight. What are people going to experience? Let's talk a little bit about that.
I'm curious too.
So Justin and I are obsessed with manifesting, and it really has changed our lives. Just really focusing on what it is that we want to create, and then putting it into the action and co-creating it. Not feeling like we have to do it on our own, but also knowing that the universe is going to help us when we have the best intention. So we're going to be talking about different practices that you can use to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. Whether it's a new business, maybe it's an idea you've always been afraid to share, a relationship, money, whatever it is. We're going to be talking about the principles of manifesting, and then also if you've been trying to manifest but it hasn't been working for some reason, we're going to be working through that too, and it's going to be very interactive. You'll be able to ask us questions. Terry will be there. You can ask him questions.
I'll be
we'll
there.
have a guest panel. We're gonna have really cool people there, so it's just gonna be so much
Awesome.
fun, and it's gonna be a really interactive event.
Awesome. Any snacks, like I'm
snacks
hungry.
are important. Okay.
We have cupcakes. We have Spots Cupcakes that's sponsoring us in downtown
Awesome.
LA.
Yes.
So she's gonna
Hashtag.
make follow Spots Cupcakes,
Yes.
and that's gonna be.
And we also have Breather
Breather,
sponsoring
exactly.
the venue. So if you're ever
Awesome.
looking for an amazing space in
Yes.
LA, Breather has beautiful spaces, so go check them out.
Oh, the workspace is gonna be amazing, you guys. So we'll show you guys pictures and behind the scenes.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can get Kirsten to come tonight.
Yeah, maybe I'll pop by.
Maybe she drop a line, sing a little note. No pressure. No pressure.
All of a sudden it's a concert, right? Like, all right, guys, we're getting it back down.
Yeah. That's so good. But look, thank you ladies so much for coming on the show. I'm so excited. Reese, it's just so great
I
to
love
have
how
you
this came
here.
together.
Oh,
Right?
man. It's crazy. Speaking of manifesting,
100%.
I mean, if that's not like a clear case of manifesting,
Yeah, it was meant to
What
be.
is?
I don't know what else is.
Yeah, no,
You-
100%.
you know.
Things are always that's why I love this saying, like, things are working for you. The universe is working for you. If
Yes.
something negative happened, it was all meant to be, and it's there to support you. So I think all the little things from meeting Sarah last year at, my workshop to meeting you and then you coming here, I think it all came together for this moment.
Wow,
to be
perfectly.
perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, look, I
Amazing.
want you to look in the camera.
Yes.
And look as you're talking to that one lady watching, and I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to say something. What's that one thing that you would tell that one person that's watching you guys right now? Jacqueline.
Okay. Ooh, on the spot. No. Well, okay. The one thing I would
talk
say.
to her.
Talk
Yeah.
to her. Okay, I'm talking to her. Believe in yourself. There's so much out there, negativity out there. There's so many people trying to put doubts into your mind and all this negative self-talk from your own self. So believe in yourself day in and day out, even if it's something really little today, but you only have yourself. No one's gonna do it for you. So really just believe in yourself, and anything you want can happen for you.
My thing would be, if there's something in your life that you're not in love with, ask yourself, what would I be asking for right now if I knew the answer was going to be yes, right? Because when you ask yourself that question, you start to expect better things to happen. Know that you're the creator of your own reality, so whatever you see in your mind, it can happen for you. If you see someone else doing it, that's proof that it can happen for you. So not to be competitive or jealous, know that they're proof of what's possible for you. And no matter what's happened in your past doesn't define your future. So at every moment you get to decide what you're manifesting next in your life.
So good.
Amazing. Be brave. Your time has come. You exceed all expectations of anything or labels that anyone's ever put on you. And you are loved and valued and cherished. And there's so much more coming.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I love it.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you
for
guys.
coming on.
So
Thank
great.
you much.
Thanks for having us.
Again, guys, thank you for watching another
Thank you,
amazing
guys.
episode of Success Beyond Beauty. You are loved, you're awesome, and you're a success beyond beauty.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.